Attention listener, if you can hear this, then you've tuned in to our top secret radio frequency. But not to be alarmed. Kick back, relax, and enjoy. We're talking about Marvel and DC, but they don't have it all. At Star Wars, that's easy, but you know who to call. I'm talking about ZaneMan and Jonni Boy. The powers overflow with them as a hero chat show.
Welcome to the Hero Chat Show. We will share segments such as At the Movies, a new movie we've seen. This time we're going into the archives. Watching TV, a new TV show we're watching. We're gaming together, a video game we're playing. At the con, a Comic-Con we have visited, or a special guest, which will happen on our next episode. Mostly sharing from DC, Marvel, and Star Wars. I'm Jonni Boy.
And I'm ZaneMan.
Today we are going to talk about Rogue One. We're also going to talk about She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Spider-Man Remastered. So are we ready for the movie?
Let's get into it.
Get into it.
It's the Hero Chat Show at the movie.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story, released December 16th, 2016, starring Felicity Jones as Jane Erso, Diego Luna as Cassian Andor, Alan Tudyk as K2SO, Donnie Yen as Chirrut Inwi, and Wing Yang as Baz Mablos, and also Ben Mendelsohn as Orson Krennic. Basically, all looks lost for the rebellion against the Empire as they learn the existence of a new superweapon, the Death Star. Once a possible weakness in its construction is uncovered, the Rebel Alliance must set out on a desperate mission to steal the plans for the Death Star. The future of the entire galaxy now rests upon its success.
So the millimeter kind of hole that they put in the building, leading directly to the nuclear reaction that they got in there.
Yeah, the big nuclear reaction. They only went in this movie to phase 1 or whatever when they shot off the Death Star. This is, one of the first Star Wars stories that was supposed to be a thing. And I guess it never came to fruition after Solo, and Solo didn't do good. But this is a people pleaser. It's a favorite, I think, of people. It's a long movie, but still a good movie. It comes from basically just a drop away line in episode 4, A New Hope, where they were talking about stealing the plans for the Death Star. So that's how the story kind of originated.
I've only watched the movie once.
It's pretty good. I like watching it. It's one of the ones that I watch, frequently. This one doesn't start out like the others, because we have the opening crawl and all that good stuff. This one just starts a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And you always see a ship flying. That's how kind of Star Wars movies start.
Yeah.
And this one's starting near the rings of a planet, blackish, then greenish landscape. A young Jin is running away from the ship. Cameras show the arrival of the ship. Jin calls out to Laura. Galen says for her to get her things. That's Mom and Dad. Laura calls Saul. He's come for us. You know what to do. Stardust and Papa a hug.
Hearing the name Saw reminds me of Jedi Fallen Order.
Saw is in Jedi Fallen Order?
He is. He's on Kashyyyk fighting for the rebellion, and then he leaves because he doesn't want to get murdered by the Empire.
Awesome. And he's getting ready to show up again, and the reason why we went back to look at this movie into the archives is because Andor is coming, or is already here, and we're going to talk about that probably on our next episode. You got the introduction of new stormtroopers. They always try to one up the stormtroopers or do something different to sell the toys. And you got the black stormtroopers or the Death Troopers.
The Death Troopers.
They arrive with Krennic. They approach the homestead. Galen walks out. Jen and Laura run along the cover of the mountains. And Laura leaves Jen with her necklace and says, "Trust the Force."
Well, so what's the Force?
The farce?
Yeah, that's what I said.
The Force is an energy field that bounds us and binds us. It binds the galaxy together.
So you want me to believe in like this invisible?
There's a lot of, hokey things and religions and stuff out there. I don't know if I believe in one powerful everything, but I believe there's some powerful stuff out there.
Yeah.
I messed that line up, didn't I?
Well, I mean, I messed it up first, so.
Well, we got it messed up together. Galen says that Laura died and Krennic needs Galen to work, has stalled, and Galen says his mind isn't what it was. And Laura runs from the grass, and the Death Troopers kill Laura. At the same time, she shoots Krennic. Jen runs and hides in a cave, and Death Troopers discover a Stormtrooper doll. Next, Jen is saved by Saul. Bum, bum, bum.
She hides in a little rock cave.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat little cave thing, hiding in the rocks, and I'm surprised they just didn't follow her footprints, but whatever.
She wasn't very sneaky.
Yeah, she could have led them right to it, and if the Stormtroopers, I guess, were smarter and could shoot better, they probably would have found her.
The Purge Troopers, they have more health.
That is true, and the Death Troopers are supposed to be elite. I'm surprised they didn't find them. Then you see the Rogue One title. Jen is older in a cell with a cellmate at an Empire facility. Then they cut to the Ring of Kareen trading post. Cassian Andor meets with Tivik.
Cassian Andor?
Yeah, with news from Jeddah. So we see Cassian Andor for the first time.
Isn't he supposed to be in that famous show Andor?
Yeah.
Named after the character Cassian Andor?
There's a bunch of people that are going to be in that show, but it's just called Andor.
And he's the only one in the show.
It's probably just like a dream sequence for him or something.
Andor,
12 episodes of a dream sequence.
It's only Andor. He's standing in front of a green screen the whole time.
That's it. And people are around him and wishing him success.
That's exactly it.
An Imperial pilot has defected and telling people the Empire is making a weapon, a planet killer, using kyber crystals. Erso is one of Saul's. So basically, Cassian kind of sees two stormtroopers and kills Tivik to climb out, and he leaves. So we see him in a not so positive light at first.
Yeah, well, not everyone has positive lights.
So we see a little bit of different side of the rebellion and what lengths they have to go to. And we'll see more of that ruggedness and Andor, the show coming to Disney Plus. We go to Jeddah, the Imperial occupied moon.
Jedis and Smith?
No. Like you would name your Uncle Jeddah.
Jeddah and Smith?
Yeah. Aliens wait with two coming Imperial pilots looking for Saul. And the moon is covered by big statues of Jedi.
That's no moon.
That's a space station. But this isn't the space station.
Yeah.
Then we see Wobani, which is Obi-Wan backwards.
Oh, it is.
Or it's an anagram of Obi-Wan. It's not really Obi-Wan backwards, but
yeah, it's an anagram.
At an Imperial camp, Jane Erso and other prisoners are on a transport with stormtroopers that stop suddenly. The door blows, the blaster fire, rebels unlock Jen, and she flees, but she's caught by K2SO. This is the first time we're meeting K2SO, and he's pretty funny.
Yeah, he was a real funny part of the movie.
So they brought on a different type of droid, which it seems like they've been not only bringing on a different type of stormtrooper, but different type of droid. So we see K2SO, who's actually an Imperial droid that has been programmed.
Yeah.
Then we go to Yavin 4, the Rebel Alliance headquarters. Jen is in handcuffs. She's escorted through the hangar and the base and interrogated by General Draven. She has possession of weapons, forgery of documents, aggravated assault, escape, resisting arrest. A lot of stuff she's in trouble for here.
Resisting arrest.
Yeah, she's calling herself Liana, but he knows she's Jane Erso. Or Jen Erso.
Jane Erso?
Jen Erso.
Jane?
Daughter of Galen Erso. Mon Mothma shows up, and Jen asks, "What is this?" And, Mon Mothma says, "The fresh start." She introduces Captain Cassian Andor, Rebel Intelligence. He wants to know when Jyn was in contact with her father. She says 15 years when they last were in contact. Then they ask, when were you in last contact with Saw Gerrera? She said, a long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away.
That's exactly what she says. And that's where this story restarts.
Oh, it's a big loop.
It goes on a loop. Cassian tells Jyn about the pilot her father sent to Saw. It's Andor's mission to authenticate the pilot's story and find your father. Bail Organa shows up. Mon Mothma says Jyn will go free if she helps.
Did she help?
She does. So we'll find out there. But I want to make a point here. A lot of the previews that we saw for this movie in the trailer, we saw some things that were included in the trailer that wasn't included in the movie. And one of the things was I rebel. She says that. Jane says I rebel. So she's like a rebel.
She
I'm
is
a rebel.
like the first rebel.
Yeah. And I even bought Mara a t-shirt that says I rebel. But she doesn't say it in the movie, just in the previews. Yavin 4 Hangar, Jyn is introduced to K2 Erso, a reprogrammed Imperial droid. See, I told you. He's reprogrammed. The council is sending Jyn with Cassian to Jeddah. Cassian meets with General Draven, and he says, no extraction. You find Galen, and you kill him. So we see that underhanded stuff happening, and it goes even higher up than just with Cassian or Captain Cassian Andor.
How much murder is in Star Wars altogether?
That I don't know. That would be a question for the Amazon stats, I guess.
Because I bet it's a lot. Like
probably is a little bit.
Because they're like constantly blowing up planets and Death Stars.
Yeah, I mean, the guys that were working on the second Death Star were probably just contractors.
I know. They're like, all right, we got to put like one wall right there. Maybe take that one out to make it more of an open plan.
I was in a convenience store, and these two guys were carrying on the conversation about them being contractors and how they were, like doing drywall and stuff, and they were blown up, all this stuff going on with the Empire and the Rebellion just caught in the middle.
You just
try to do some drywall and some paint.
You just heard that like in a cantina?
No, just I was at this quick stop there, and I think it's in Jersey somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah. Saw Gerrera is introduced to Bodhi Rock, the cargo pilot, for interrogation. He gave Saw a drive, said we captured Bodhi, says he defected. Galen Erso told me to find you. Saw says you need to go to Borg Gillet. A Star Destroyer is leaving the shadows of the Death Star. Krennic meets with Tarkin. We get a look at Tarkin in all his CGI glory, because Tarkin, the actor, is no longer living.
General Moff Tarkin.
Yes.
Is like above Darth Vader.
Supposedly. Maybe they're equal. But he is above Krennic.
I'm probably thinking of before, but Darth Vader had like half his body burned off and was all through this trauma.
I'm half the man I used to be.
And General Moff Tarkin is just some old man
I used to be.
You know what I'm saying?
He is, but I think he's kind of on the same level, maybe a little bit above. He thinks he's above Darth Vader anyway.
He thinks he's a big shot.
But they're talking about the cargo pilot. They're talking about the Senate knows that then people will flock to the rebellion, so they want to try to keep it away from the Senate. Tarkin wants a test of the weapon. Dun, dun, dun.
Not a test.
Yes, a test. On Cassian's ship, she has a dream of Jyn and her father and mother on Coruscant. Then on the plane before Saul finds her, she touches her necklace that her mom gave her. Cassian says, we'll find your father. The Star Destroyer is over Jeddah City, and cargo ships stripping the temple of Kyber's crystals, fuel for the weapon. So their weapon of the Star Destroyer is from the Kyber crystals. Jeddah City, Cassian and Jyn will meet with the temple and hope they can get a meeting with Saul. Hope, Jyn says. Yeah, Cassian says. Rebellions are built on hope. So she remembers this later on when she has to give a speech. We'll meet Cherub, and he says, "May the force of others be with you," near the temple. He says to Jyn, "Trade the necklace for a glimpse into your future." Kyber crystals, my father said, they powered the Jedi's lightsabers. The Guardians of the Wills, protector of the Kyber temple, is who she meets. And the Guardians of the Wills go way back in Star Wars lore, because these were the ones that were supposed to be telling the story through the droids originally when George Lucas wrote Star Wars.
George Lucas.
Yeah, the main man behind it. The main man behind all of it. All of the Star Wars. Well, not all of it now because he sold it, but used to be in charge of all of it.
He's a cop-out.
Yes. A tank covered by stormtroopers are attacked by Saul rebels. Saul's rebels get the Kyber crystals, but Cassian kills a few to save Jyn. Jyn and Cassian take on some stormtroopers in the alley. In trying to escape K2SO, Jyn and Cassian come across more stormtroopers that ask K2SO about the prisoners. That's when he smacks up at Cassian. There's one more, if I get any more lip from you, buddy.
Lip?
Something like that. He smacks him in the lip. Chirrut insists they pass in peace. He says, "The Force is with me. I am with the Force." He's blind, but he takes on like 15 stormtroopers as 7 more show up, and Baz, his friend, shoots them. Saul rebels surround them after they kill all the stormtroopers. I mean, they could have helped, you know.
They could have done something at
They
least.
just showed up at the last minute. You know, they show up like I do and at the last minute be like, "Hey, does everybody get everything done? Okay, good. Can we eat?" So Star Destroyer leaves the city as Saul's rebels take Jyn, Cassian, Blaze, and Chirrut to Saul, or Jyn to Saul. The rest are locked up. Saul and Jyn are reunited. The pilot, the message, he thinks it's a trap. Saul does.
Is it a trap?
I don't know.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
That's a good impression, Dad. Did you practice that?
Didn't practice that one, no.
Which ones did you practice? I want to get a glimpse into what you practiced.
Didn't practice any of them this time.
You didn't practice. That's like your thing.
I know. It's like my stick, but it's a
what-
trap.
It's what everyone knows you for. In this.
I know. That's all they listen for is like, what is he going to say next? Tarkin and Krennic target Jeddah City. The pilot is in the next cell. Cassian talks to him, the pilot, with the message. Saul plays Jyn the message. He calls her dad does, his stardust. And he calls it the Death Star. Galen place a weakness deep inside the system.
Not the system.
Yeah, of the Death Star. Outside Jeddah City, Saul tells Cassian and Jyn to save themselves. Chirrut, Baz, Bodhi, Cassian, and Jyn get picked up by Cassian's ship and K2SO. Saul Guerrero dies. All of them that I mentioned escape on the ship. They blast into hyperspace while Jeddah City was blown and all the pieces are coming around them.
So depressing.
I know. On the Death Star, Tarkin tells Krennic he's taking over the Death Star. The pilot was dispatched from Edu, Galen Erso's facility. Then we cut back to Yavin 4. General Draven receives a coded message from Cassian. Weapon confirmed. Jedi destroyed. Mission target on Edu. And then orders to kill, or he asked does it proceed? Do he proceed with his orders to kill Galen Erso? On Cassian's ship, Jyn tells them it's called the Death Star and there's a way to defeat it. Jyn tells Cassian he's wrong about her father. He rigged a trap inside it. Yes.
It's a trap?
It's a trap. Cassian asks for the message. All he has to go on is Scarif and get the message to the people. So then they go to Edu, the Imperial Kyber refinery. Cassian and crew crash land. Say that 5 times fast on Edu. General targets Edu. Chirrut asks Baz if Andor had the face of a killer. And he's like, no, a friend. Because he feels in the Force. So he tells Jen the Force moves darkly around someone who is about to kill. K2SO, his weapon was in the sniper configuration, is what he tells them. Galen and workers await Krennic's ship. Krennic announces that Galen or one of his engineers betrayed the Empire. Meanwhile, Jen is climbing up the platform. Bodhi is going to find a ship. Cassian is targeting Galen. Galen tells Krennic it was me. K2 says the Alliance squadron is approaching. Clear the area. Cassian says tell them to hold off. Krennic says his band of fanatics, their holy city, casts a reminder of all the Jedi are gone. For Saw Gerrera and his band of fanatics, they're all gone. General can't pull back the squadron.
Like
so
he just like doesn't have enough.
They're already en route. I guess they're in the mountains and they can't contact him.
Maybe they're just like driving and he's just like, can't text while driving.
Yeah, probably they're underage and they can't text. Or use the phone.
In Star Wars, I've always wondered why they like never upgrade the hologram system.
It's always shaky and blurry, and it could be a lot better.
Yeah.
You think they have the technology. I mean, they made a man out of, no limbs.
Tell me about it.
He's half the man he used to be.
And the thing is, his suit could be a lot better too, but, like the Emperor is just like, he has to be in pain.
Half the man he used to be.
I feel like you're doing this to annoy me now.
No, wouldn't do that at all.
Wait a minute.
Could be. Rebel X-Wings attack the refinery. Jen calls out to Galen. TIE Fighter takes on the X-Wings. Guns take down 2 X-Wings. Chariot, 1 TIE. Krennic leaves on his ship. Jen reaches her father, Papa. He calls her Stardust.
Oh, like he used to.
Tells her to destroy the weapon and dies. The base is destroyed.
Did he die?
Yeah, Papa.
How'd he die?
Just got shot down by the ship.
Why'd he let himself do that?
A lot of people got killed that day, stormtroopers included, especially the one Jen pulled over the side.
Wow.
Yes.
Jane Erso?
Jane?
Yes.
Bodhi says Andor and the crew are on an Imperial shuttle. Jen confronts Cassian about trying to kill her father. Tells Jen suddenly the rebellion is real for you. Cassian has been in the fight since he was 6 years old, and you're not the only one who's lost everything. So all of us decided to do something about it. Or so one of us decided to do something about it. Krennic has to go to Vader's castle. We see Vader in a Bacta tank. He must be dreaming of Tatooine.
Always
Tatooine. Probably the sand people. Sand just gets everywhere.
It's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere.
It's everywhere. Vader makes a grand entrance with the Imperial March. Dun 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 dun. Ba 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 da ba ba da. Ba 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 da ba ba da 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 da. The Senate was informed that it was a mining incident because, of course, they don't want it to get out that it was a super weapon.
Because they're scared.
They are. They're so scared, shaking in their boots.
You can tell.
But did you know that Darth Vader was half the man he used to be?
Really?
Half the man he used to be.
All right.
On Yavin 4, the Alliance discovers the reality of this Death Star. Jen says to send the best troops to Scarif. They need to capture the Death Star plans. If there's any hope of destroying it, nothing but hope. Rebellions are built on hope. The council does not move forward. so they don't hear her plea. It's not like, it's not like the princess when she was like, "You're my only hope, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, that was more personal.
You're my only hope." Yeah, that's true. She was like, "Rebellions are built on hope," and they were like, "Nah, we're not going to do this one.
We're all good, dog.
We're just going to skip this one."
Yeah, who cares about a mass
super weapon
built in space?
Yeah. Cassian and crew meet up in the hangar to discuss. Cassian, a large crew of spies, saboteurs, and assassins gear up for Scarif. Jen says, "May the Force be with us." Bodhi uses the call sign Rogue One, leaving the base. Rogue One? Who's Rogue One? Rogue One, leaving the base. You don't have authorization. Who is Rogue One?
Is that Admiral
Identify
Akbar?
yourself.
Sounds like Admiral Akbar.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
He was trying to warn him.
Yeah.
All right, so on Scarif, the Imperial Security Complex, Bodhi and K2SO give clearance code, and the ship is allowed to land because Bodhi knew an old code. I always like that they always know an old code. Like, I got an old code. I know an old code.
Yeah, because they're spies.
You know an old code? We got an old code. Old code.
Old cold.
Old code. We have an old code.
We got
can
an old
use.
code.
We can use an old code.
Yeah, but they're they're just like, well, I've been a spy for 2 years now, but I only know the old codes.
That is true. But the old codes always work.
They do, because the Empire's not very good.
They should be updating their codes, and they should be updating the system that they can see people.
It's a surprising amount of people that break into the Empire.
Yeah, just they don't care. Jen gives a rousing speech inspired by Saul. Cassian, K2, and Jen will find the Death Star plans. Mishu's come with them. Pio, Chirrut, and Baz, they're the main squad. And Cassian says, "Light the place up. Make 10 feel like 100.
What does that mean?
Well, there's they don't have a lot of people, so they're trying to say for every 10 people they have, make it feel like 100. So people think that there's, the stormtroopers don't know what's going on.
For some reason, that reminded me of Angry Birds.
That's true too. Fat birds will kill, more than I guess I shouldn't. That might offend somebody. I'm sorry. Bigger bone birds
Wow.
will really hurt, maybe we'll just drop that altogether. Krennic arrives on Scarif. Cassian, K2, and Jen dress up as Imperials. The main squad moves away from the ship. One of them almost says, "I have a bad feeling about this." Oh, K2 does, which was funny at that point.
Yeah, it was kind of funny when it happened.
Yeah, he's like, "I got a bad shut up."
Yeah.
They're always telling droids to shut up, too, in Star Wars. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
I guess droids are just know-it-all. They're like your little nerdy friend, and it's like, "Shut up."
I know, it's very mean.
It is. They should be allowed to talk every now and again. An explosion starts to go off all over Scarif. Blaster fire between stormtroopers and the main squad. Some X-Wings make it through the force field before they close. Other engage the force field location. K2 can find the tape, but Jen or Cassian will have to extract it. Master switch at the base of the tower. Project the code names to the Stellosphere, Mark Omega, Pax Aurora, and the Warmantle, Cluster Prison, Black Saber, and Stardust. Those are all of the project code names.
That was way too many projects. I comprehended none of them.
Stellosphere, Mark Omega, Pax Aurora, Warmantle, Cluster Prism, Black Saber, Stardust.
What's the second to last one you just said?
Oh, now you pay attention.
Why, I heard that last one.
Where have you heard the Black Saber before, huh? Huh?
Well, I mean, it's close to the Dark Saber.
It is. Yes. Could be Mando's weapon.
Well, I mean, man doesn't really use it.
Well, that is true. That's it. I know that's because of me. Stardust. She's Stardust.
Is that her?
K2 highlights the tape and locks them in before he dies.
No.
K2 is taken on the stormtroopers and he dies.
How could a droid die?
Well, he was shot full of holes.
If you just take out like the...
They could probably solder him back together. But at this point, I guess the story, he dies.
Well, there's a reason that they aren't able to. They don't really get a chance to.
True. Krennic finds out unauthorized access to the data. Bodhi has to plug into the gate. And then Massa needs to find the master console. A lot of stuff going on all at the same time. You know how Star Wars does. It's like, this is going on, that's going on, the other thing's going on.
Yeah, they got A through Z plots.
I did read something currently about this, and even though the movie came out in 2016, that in the movie they use gold and red, but in the original New Hope they wanted to use blue and red. Blue Squadron is used in this, and they're destroyed. So there is no Blue Squadron to use in A New Hope.
That's pretty cool. I kind of like that.
Yeah. And when there's fighting, R5 standing by, and then R5 was standing by. So they need a new R5. So who do they get for the new R5?
I think I know who they get for the new R5. C-3PO.
Luke Starkiller.
The greatest pilot to ever be.
Luke Skywalker. Jen gets the tape. Her and Cassian climb up while fighting Krennic and the Death Troopers. Chirrut says over and over, I am one with the Force is one with me. I am one with the Force is one with me. I am the Force with the Force is one with me. I am the Force is one with me. I am the Force is one with me. While walking to the Master Switch, he opens it and a squad of Death Troopers come out. Chirrut opens the lines for Bodhi, and Krennic shoots Cassian and he falls. Chirrut dies. Blaze says over and over, the Force is with me. I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. I am one with the Force.
That's so dramatic.
I know. There's a space battle, of course. Like I said, a lot of stuff going on. The Star Destroyer loses engine power. Bodhi and Rogue One calls Admiral Raddus. We hear you. We have the plans, Death Star plans. Transmit them from the communications tower. You have to take down the shield gate. So Blaze takes on the Death Troopers and dies after killing them all. A Hammerhead Corvette is pushed into a Star Destroyer, and then that Star Destroyer is pushed into the shield gate. So the shield gate is down. Jen makes it to the communication tower. She needs to reset the antenna. Krennic takes a transport to the top of the tower, and now it's ready to transmit.
It's transmitting.
Transmitting.
They're
transmitting now. I'm transmitting now.
It's so personalized.
Krennic demands to know who Jen is. She says, I'm Jen Erso, daughter of Galen and Laura, saying you've lost. Tells him about the Death Star. Cassian shoots Krennic. The shield's down. Transmits message. Admiral Raddus has the plans. We have the Death Star plans. We have the Death Star plans. It's not a trap. It's not a trap.
It's not a trap.
It's not a trap this time.
It's not a trap.
The Death Star emerges to Scarif Base. Tarkin fires on Scarif Base. The Alliance jumps to hyperspace. Some don't make it as Vader's ship flocks to them. Vader boards Raddus's ship. Scarif is destroyed with Cassian and Jen. Vader kills the rebels in a hallway, which is an awesome scene.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
He's like all blacked out. He's half the man he used to be.
Stop.
He's got the lightsaber. It's all redded out. And they're all running. And you get why they're running at the beginning of New Hope. They launch Leia's ship. Leia gets the plans. And she says, what is this they sent us? Hope.
Hope.
Because hopes build rebellions. So that's it.
That's the end of the movie.
That's the end of a Star Wars story. The first one, Rogue One. It's a pretty good movie considering it's just based off of a one-hit wonder. Not a one-hit wonder.
One-hit wonder, you say?
Just a throwaway line from the original New Hope.
What, it's a trap?
They steal the Death Star plans.
They stole the Death Star plans.
And they brought that whole thing.
Yeah.
So you don't watch it. You've watched it one time. Where would you rank it if you were thinking about watching the movies?
Out of every movie I've ever seen?
Star Wars movies.
Oh, out of Star Wars. Let's see. I think you should go first. It's going to take a while for me.
So I've always liked Empire more than A New Hope. So I would say Empire Strikes Back, Episode 5. I would say A New Hope, Episode 4. I would say Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. And I would say Return of the Jedi, Episode 6. And then 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9 is at the bottom. That's tied for like the very bottom.
Yes. Well, I like 7 more than 8 and 9.
You like, all right. So I do agree. 8 and 9 are at the very, very bottom. I'm going to count up to try to figure out my list before all right. So 8 and 9 are at the very bottom. I think 7 is like directly above that, like as close to it as can be. You know what? Actually, I'm changing it. 9 is below 8. I'm changing it again. 8 is now the same place as 9, so it's now 8 and 9 at the very bottom, and then 7 on top of that.
Got it.
I don't know. I think maybe I didn't enjoy Solo that much. I think Solo's probably above that. I'm thinking Rogue One above that. And then I'm thinking maybe 3, 1, 2. Maybe.
Interesting.
Maybe.
So similar. We have similar taste in the movie. I totally didn't put Solo in there. Sorry, all the Solo fans.
Where are you putting Solo?
Probably
The same place I put it? You copycat? Copycat.
above 7.
Just right above 7?
Yeah. So I think, what did I say? Empire, New Hope, Rogue One, Return of the Jedi, Solo, and then 7, 8, 9. That's what I said.
I think.
That sounds good.
I don't know.
Anyway, let us know what you guys think out there, and we'll get into Andor probably on our next episode, so look for that. Are we ready for the TV show?
There's a TV show?
There's a TV show.
Have we ever talked about a TV show before?
We have. We normally talk about TV.
I don't remember.
Well, we have a whole jingle and everything for it.
We have a jingle?
We do. We play the jingle for it?
Yeah, play the jingle real quick.
You are watching TV on the Hero Chat Show.
I guess there was a jingle for it.
We have a jingle for it. Marvel She-Hulk Attorney at Law is what this one is called. And we have Tatiana Maslany as Jennifer Walters and She-Hulk. We have Ginger Gonzalez as Nikki Ramos, her friend. We have Jamila Jamil as Titania. And we have Stephen Coltier as Holden Holloway of the place where she works. So this was currently on Disney Plus. Release date was August 18th, 2022.
So a little bit ago.
A little bit, not too far away. It was created for television by Jessica Gao. Jennifer Walters navigates this complicated life of a single 30-something attorney who also happens to be a green 6'7" superpowered Hulk.
She's 6'7".
That's what it says.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's taller than I am. She
Yeah.
could play basketball.
She'd be good at it too.
Yeah, she could play, basketball. So episode 1 is a normal amount of rage. Jen Walters' world is turned upside down after a freak accident leaves her with superpowers.
It wasn't really a freak accident.
Well, it's true. This is what it says.
It was pretty tame, actually.
It was kind of, they flipped the car, so. Lawyer Jennifer Walters practicing closing statements for a court case against GLK&H, which will come into play later as well. We meet her co-workers, Nikki and Dennis. She reminds us if it doesn't go our way, she'll Hulk out. Yes, she will Hulk out. So it's a fourth wall break like Deadpool. I think She-Hulk was before Deadpool in the comics. Jen indicates, I'm a Hulk. To focus on her show, we need to get up to speed. So they go to a few months ago. Jen goes on the road trip with her cousin Bruce. Yes, that Bruce.
Bruce Banner?
Bruce Banner.
Bruce
a.k.a.
Wayne? Batman?
The Hulk.
Oh.
Bruce talks about a device that keeps him Bruce. Cheetos and chopsticks.
Yeah.
Yes, no Cheeto fingers. Just a little reminder there. That's what they're talking about. Jen has a theory about Steve Rogers, and she wants to talk to Bruce about it.
What's
no girlfriend. Captain America was a virgin.
Who? Jan?
Yes, virgin.
Jan Erso?
Yes. A spaceship from Sakaar covers the road. I mean,
that's fair.
Just pops out, causing Jen to wreck the car. It flips several times. Jen cuts herself and Bruce's blood mix, and she turns into a Hulk.
The Hulk. The amazing. Did you practice that one in the mirror?
Did it look like it?
No.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd have to practice hulking out.
You have to at least practice for our special guest next time.
That is true. Our special guest is coming back. Joker P.
Good old Pisco.
Yes. Joker PP.
Joker PP.
Be back. Pisco Ramon.
All right, let's move on.
So they go to a sports bar. This is the first time you see the code outside of the bathroom on the wall where you could scan and get a free comic. Jen wakes up in the woods. She walks barefoot to the sports bar, goes in the back door to the bathroom to clean up. This is a cool scene. A group of 4 women ask what happened to her, saying, you don't need him or her. You need shoes, makeup, clothes. And she has to borrow a phone to call Bruce. Didn't you like that scene?
It was all right, I guess.
When they were, gossiping her up and giving her shoes and clothes and everything?
It was pretty funny.
3 guys start to harass her, and then she hulks out, and then Bruce tackles her. It was pretty funny. Jen wakes up. She walks through the house. We see Hulk's Sakaar helmet and Ultron's first helmet, and we find Bruce where Bruce is in the lab, in his lab. Bruce's lab is a tiny beach house lab. She says, you're Hulk again. Smart Hulk. You don't have a choice with these names. Jen finds out they're in Mexico, where Hulk spent the blip fixing himself. Tony built this a few years ago. She asked if they had a spaceship or hit a spaceship, and he says, yes, a Sakaarian Class 8 courier craft. So I turn into Hulk now, too? Bruce used her blood to heal his arm because of the way Jen synthesizes gamma. My blood into your system is a lethal dose of gamma radiation. She's like, you're just going to say that?
She was like, lethal?
Lethal dose? And then she calls him Smug Hulk, and he destroys her blood. He's got a binder with a multi-year journey to control the Hulk. Tests Jen in the lab and finds out no alter ego. When you transform, fall out of a jet knocked out by a robot, or, when Natasha tells me a lullaby. So she asks when he, transforms.
Yeah.
So the funniest part is when he says Natasha told him a lullaby.
Yeah.
Sun's going down. Sun's going down real low.
Yeah.
The sun's real low.
Sun's getting real low.
Sun's getting real low. See, I wouldn't know how to talk to Hulk down.
Yeah, you'd be like Thor in Ragnarok.
Yeah, when he was trying to do it. Yeah, that was funny. Teach me how to Hulk, please. So he says, reinforce the furniture. Your best friend is spandex. They do boulder toss. They do a group pound. They do a balance. Then he says drinking. Jen is already great at controlling her anger. Jen wants to leave. She, Hulk, and Hulk fight. They destroy his bar. And then we see the lawyer show, but before Jen can close her argument against GLK and H, Titania breaks into court. Nikki talks Jen into being the Hawk. She says she's Jen Walters' attorney at law, even though she's dressed up as the Hawk.
Yeah.
Jen crying and drunk for the after credits scene. Steve Rogers did so much for his country and not to experience sex. That ass did not deserve to die a virgin.
Jan?
Yes. Hulk said Steve was not a virgin. He lost it to a USO tour girl. Yes, I know, Captain America. She doesn't say.
Yeah, it cuts off right there. Just like the Spider-Man movies.
Every time he would say a bad word too.
That's what happened. That's what I was talking about.
Second episode is Superhuman Law. Jen is hired at a prestigious law firm, but the most she must practice as She-Hulk and represent a complicated client. News reports from KPVK is Action News LA. Super influencer causes panic. Titania in custody after courtroom brawl. Courtroom catastrophe. News Los Angeles Now. Titania's lawyer says extreme case of low blood sugar. Eyewitnesses says she turned into a Hulk. A She-Hulk.
A She-Hulk?
Giving her name. Bar and grill at the Legal Ease. Jen doesn't like the name She-Hulk. She walks into the bar as She-Hulk. Nikki says you can be an Avenger. Jen, do Avengers offer health care? Maternity leave? A pension? Are they even paid? She brings up some very good points.
That's what was brought up in
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Her boss wants to talk to Jen. She transforms drunk. Jen didn't win the case, so GLK and H declared a mistrial based in your favor. Jen gets fired from the DA's office. She-Hulk attorney at law to She-Hulk attorney for hire is what it says.
Yeah.
Jen goes on, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 interviews. And that's when we see the second QR code on Jennifer's computer, along with man fights metal claws in a brawl. Could be Wolverine.
It could be Wolverine.
Why there is a giant statue of a man sticking out of the ocean is what one of them says as well.
That's pretty funny.
Yes, from the Eternals. We did see that before we fell asleep or when we woke up.
Yeah.
They're at a family dinner. Dad is from the old sitcom Perfect Strangers. No one will bring up getting fired except Ched. Ched's like, you got fired. And then they start talking about that Hawkeye guy. What happens to those arrows? Does he collect them? They're back at the Legalese. Holloway is the H in GLK and H, buys Jen a drink, and offers her a job. On to episode 3. The People versus Emil Blonsky. She-Hulk represents Emil Blonsky, a.k.a. the Abomination, but his parole hearing doesn't go as planned. At the DODC, who we've seen on the last couple of shows, Ms. Marvel, and we saw on Spider-Man, No Way Home, Jen shows up to confront Emil about his breakout. Emil says he was forced to leave his cell, but returned of his own free will. Jen says, who? He says, a sorcerer supreme of the mystical arts. Wong.
Wongers.
At GLK and H, Nikki says Wong. He's either a sorcerer or a librarian who lives in Nepal. LA News Now says attorney Jen Walters, or GLK and H, She-Hulk represents Abomination. At the GLK and H offices, She-Hulk doesn't care about what it says about her. Nikki wants her to respond to the negative press around She-Hulk. Jin is summoned by Holloway, Dennis' ex-co-worker in his office. Dennis defrauded by an ex-girlfriend. He wants his money back. It's a shape-shifting life elf from Asgard. He thought he was dating Megan the Stallion. She-Hulk, you thought she drove a Passat, and then Wong appears. Wong says he's extracted from prison against his wishes as part of his training to become Sorcerer Supreme. That's what he did to the Abomination. We'll send him to the mirror dimension, or the shadow dimension, is what he says to She-Hulk. Pug meets with Dennis about Megan the Stallion. The imposter spent $175,000 on her. Dennis drops the case. It's not him, it's the light elf.
Not the light elf.
Yes. The DODC Emil's parole hearing, meditation retreat with pen pals to financially support him. 8 witnesses, and they're all waiting on Wong. In court, dismissal of the Runa, daughter of elfin diplomat on New Asgard. She tries to declare diplomatic immunity. Dennis deserves compensation, $175,000. They go to trial. Runa impersonates the judge. It's not helping her case.
Yeah.
DODC, Wong gave him no choice to leave his cell, but it was his choice to return. Asylum at Carmitage. Emil transforms to the Abomination, says he's in control. At the bar, they talk about the cases with Nikki and Pug. Pug asks Jen to testify. In court, self-absorbed, could Dennis pull Megan the Stallion? He is that dense. So he did believe he could pull Megan the Stallion.
He probably did think that.
Yes. At the DODC, Emil is released on parole and to wear an inhibitor. Emil convinces Jen to control her story. On Citizen News, who is She-Hulk and who is Jen Walters? And Jen's like, my name is Jen Walters. Client is Emil Blonsky. How did you come up with the name She-Hulk? Some random guy on the news. I am forever She-Hulk.
That'll come back later.
Not me, her.
Yeah, wait, you're She-Hulk?
No, Jen Walters.
Who's Jen Walters?
Not me, but Jen Walters.
Wait, so I thought you were She-Hulk, not Jen Walters.
I'm John Karusik. That's She-Hulk. Jen Walters.
I thought you were Johnny Boy.
I am Johnny Boy, that too. Maybe I could be She-Hulk. I don't know. The after credit scene, Megan the Stallion is a client dancing. I will kill for you, Megan the Stallion. Megan the Stallion says, hey, She-Hulk, dial it back a little bit, babe, okay? She might not call her babe there.
She probably did.
She probably did. Episode 4, Is This Not Real Magic? She-Hulk's new client, Wong, is suing a magician for unauthorized use of the mystic arts.
Wongers.
This is Zane's episode. Been talking about it since the last podcast when we were talking about Shang-Chi and Wong. He just kept saying, Wongers.
Now we get an explanation.
Now you get the explanation finally. Mystic Castle, a fan fave. The great Donnie Blaze needs a volunteer.
Donnie Blaze.
Donnie Blaze. People were so upset. They thought that this was going to be.
Are you waiting for me? Is it Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider. Actually, I forgot.
You did forget.
But it wasn't the Ghost Rider. It wasn't Johnny Blaze. It was Donnie Blaze. Madison, 2 N's, 1 Y, but it's not what you think.
It's not where you think.
Not what you think.
Okay.
Quotes Billy Shakes or William Shakespeare. The great Donnie Blaze does. He takes out a sling ring, and basically there's not a very good scene behind Madison. 2 N's, 1 Y, but it's not what you think. So then they're in Nepal. Wong gets ready to watch The Sopranos, and Madison drops in with a beating heart in her hand.
Yeah.
Asking what happened to all the goblins. Ask who Wong is, the Goblin King. He sent me to a different dimension, and I'm talking, and a goat helped me escape a lava pit for 6 drops of my blood. Then she ruins the episode for Wong is watching. Wong says, Donnie Blaze is going to pay for this. Jen's dad shows up to beef up security since his daughter was attacked. She says she's a hawk. Wong shows up at She-Hulk's office, an issue with a magician, Donnie Blaze, former student of the mystic arts. He was kicked out after summoning 3 kegs and a fraternity brother to Camertage, performing at Mystic Castle with volunteers into other realms, risking untangling the material and astral planes, from what Wong says.
Yeah, that's kind of an issue.
It would be. Multiverse of madness.
Mom?
Legalese. Nikki and Jen talk about her dating profile. Nikki says she should make a profile as the She-Hulk. Cornelius P. Willows, owner and curator of the Mystical Castle. It's an official warning to leave all practices of the mystical arts. She-Hulks give Donnie Blaze a cease and desist. In court, Wong with She-Hulk against Donnie Blaze. Wong sling rings Madison, and she says, Wongers. Madison says she was pushed into a fireland. She was made a pact with a demon. Jake the demon opened a portal that dropped her off at...
Why did you just say it? You can say it.
Wongers.
There you go.
A decision in a few weeks. Donnie can continue to practice magic. Madison and Wong leave together. At home, Jen starts a She-Hulk dating profile. She-Hulk goes on, let's count them.
1,
2,
3,
3, 4 dates. Date 3 is a weird guy.
Is it a weird guy?
It's a weird guy that she goes out with.
That's
4th date is a go. Mystical Castle. Donnie Blaze has another volunteer. She refuses to get into the weird fire hole, releasing demons. Donnie Blaze gets Wong. Wong interrupts She-Hulk's date. Wong and She-Hulk defeat the demons, and She-Hulk has Donnie Blaze accept the cease and desist. At home, She-Hulks get back to her date. Guy wants She-Hulk, not Jen. There's a knock at the door. Titania is suing over the use of the She-Hulk name that she trademarked.
She trademarked it for her beauty line.
Her beauty line.
Beauty line.
And then there's a fun tag, as Jen calls it. Wongers.
Wonger.
Madison talking about drinks. And Wonger's drink is the gin and tonic. So that's She-Hulk, episode 1, 2, 3, and 4.
And 7.
We have 9 episodes of the She-Hulk.
And currently there's only 8.
So 9 episodes.
So there's only 1 left?
2 left.
Wait, there's only 7?
There will be 9.
So only 20.
There will be 9.
All right, so I was right.
All right, are we ready to get into the game?
Yeah, why not?
We're gaming together on the Hero Chat Show.
All right, this is my section.
This is you, man.
Oops.
ZaneMan.
All right. So you might have heard that it's called Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered. The Remastered is because this version is redone with better graphics to put, and it was also put on other console. I don't know if it's put on the Xbox, but I know it's on the computer now.
Yeah, it was originally just released.
It was just on
Sony.
the PS4.
Yeah.
They changed it with like RTX, so the reflections are a lot better, and the game just looks a whole tons better. And something else they did was they changed the model for Peter Parker to look a little bit more like Tom Holland.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, just to give it like a familiar feel.
Does he talk with a British accent or an American accent?
It's not supposed to be Tom Holland.
Oh, okay. I was confused. Can you get his autograph?
Yeah, there actually is a part of the game where Spider-Man comes out of your TV, comes into real life, and then autographs everything that you want.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but that's only like if you pre-ordered the game.
Oh, darn. I was gonna get you to have him sign my headphones.
I didn't pre-order it. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Maybe next time, I guess.
Maybe I can get Joker P to get me a.
Yeah, Joker P.
'Cause he has the PlayStation, so he probably had him come out of his Xbox.
Maybe. Yeah. All right. I don't want to spoil too much, so I'm only gonna get into like the first mission.
Okay.
But I'll hint at what it gets into, and so that'll be interesting. So it starts off in the game, it's like panning past his bedroom, and you'll see like the web shooters lying around. You see a picture of him and Aunt May, and then you see newspaper clippings of some of the past villains like Rhino and the Shocker.
This is like in his room?
Yeah, this is in his apartment.
Come on now. People are going to find out your secret identity, Peter Parker.
I know. Tell me about it.
What is going on?
His alarm goes off, and then he hears over dispatch because he has like something that tells him what the police radios are saying, I guess. He's like, can you say what I'm about to say in like a radio voice like you did that one time?
Sure.
They're like, raid going on at Fisk Tower. Go ahead.
There's a raid going on at Fisk Tower.
You gotta do that.
There's a raid going on at Fisk Tower.
Good. All right, that was good. No.
There's a raid going on at Fisk Tower.
All right.
I like that one better.
Oh, Owen was pretty good.
Yeah.
So he wakes up, he's like, that's my impression. Fisk. Yeah, that was his impression. And so he wakes up.
Was he like, that's a Daredevil villain?
I don't think he said that.
Oh, okay. He's a Spider-Man villain, too. I'm just playing.
I know he is.
There's a raid going on at Fisk Tower.
All right. I'm not even going to point out the fact that you're not saying over on any of these.
Over and out.
All right, there you go. Stop. So he wakes up and he's like running around his apartment. He throws 2 pieces of toast and it lands directly in the toaster. And
of course,
he has like a little mechanism that puts it down for him. He picks up his spider suit, smells it, and he's like, oh, this smells bad. And then he's like jumping on one leg to try to get it on. And it cuts to him putting on his mask, and you see the cool Spider-Man outfit, but not the one that they had in the promotion. And he's about to jump out the window when he sees that he needs to pay his bills.
You know, Spider-Man probably had to have some good breath because, you know, wearing that mask and everything, he's got to brush his teeth and, you know, use some Listerine.
Tell me about it.
Because, you know, if wearing that mask, you smell that, he would smell his spit and everything.
You know,
it gets kind of funky.
This isn't going to spoil anything, but later in the game, he actually eats a pizza.
Oh, sweet.
And then he puts his mask just right back on.
Oh, garlic. Oh, man.
I know.
Wow.
I know. But that part's funny because he like calls a pizza place and just, they know his number. It's like, Spider-Man, the usual. He said, well, you know me, bro.
Hey, just pausing real quick. I just want to let you know this. On the new Uber Eats commercial,
yeah,
it's the guy from Spider-Man and you know, the 10 Rings.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. He's on that commercial. And they cut back to him. It was like, I'm doing another second part of the spot? He didn't realize it.
I love to watch that.
Yeah.
The pizza guy on the phone was just like, well, you know, it'd be real kind if you like shout us out on your like Twitter page.
Spider-Man's got Twitter.
It's funny because you can go into the inventory menu or whatever, and you can see like what people are saying about Spider-Man. And so it'll show you like he has like 13 million followers.
Oh, wow.
And after the DLC, he gets like 15 million instead.
People love Spider-Man.
You can see people being like, did I just see like a Spidey drone on the ground? And then someone else just like, Spider-Man just saved a kidnapped victim from a trunk. And they'll just like react to things that you've done in the overworld. So cutting back to earlier, he needs to pay his bills. And so he's looking through his little headset and it'll pop up, literally pops up and it says, pay your bills, Peter.
Oh, wow.
And he goes walking towards it. He looks back at his phone and it says that like dispatch are about to move in. And so he jumps out the window and it's this action-packed scene where he's like swinging, he's running on a building, he jumps off, and then it just cuts directly to the game and it looks the exact same. It looks just as good as the
cutscene.
Yeah.
We said that at the same time. That wasn't planned.
and you're just swinging. This helicopter passes overhead. It's a beautiful scene.
Just a swinging.
He gets there, and there's some cops there, and there's a shootout going on, and Yuri is a cop friend that he has on the force. She's just like, oh, it's getting bad in there. You better get in there. So you get in there, and you have to, like, fight a bunch of these people. He gets into the like, servo room, the place where they keep all the computers and such. Fisk cuts in, he's like, Spider-Man. And he just, like, hey, Wilson, or whatever, and he's just, like, kind of a coward hiding out in that room, and he just, like, says the guy deleting his browser history. You have to do all that. You running through the buildings. He's getting to the top, and he finally gets to Fisk's room. And then a battle ensues where there are these, like Wilson is just running after him.
Quick question. Does Fisk have all kinds of articles around the room about Fisk?
No, you know, when it cuts back to him, he has like a bunch of I Love Spider-Man posters up and
figures.
Yeah,
that's what I figured. Yeah,
not anyone who didn't get my sarcasm. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, he was being sarcastic.
He's like charging them, and it cuts to the scene where they're like falling off, like he's like falling through the entire building, and they're falling through air, and you're like, how is no one gonna die from this? And then he like webs them up at the end. And you see him like rappelling down from the roof upside down. He's like, so should we kiss now?
Pretty cool.
And,
just a swinging.
And then Wilson's going into custody. And he's like, this will unleash a bunch of bad things upon you, Spider-Man. I gave him like, I don't know why I gave him that accent.
That's a cool accent though. Just a swinging.
And that's the first mission.
Pretty sweet.
I think the game is beautiful. If you get the remastered version, you should get like all the DLC with it. Or at least I did. I don't know if I'm just special or not. I think the game is beautiful. I always wanted it.
You didn't have the PlayStation?
I never had the PlayStation. I'm hoping for a PlayStation 5 soon, but they're out of order everywhere.
I'm telling you that there was a guy on the interwebs selling a PlayStation 4.5. It was mostly black, a little bit white. It came with a steering wheel controller and some headphones with a big, one of those little big things where you can talk and everything. They looked like, Spider-Man's suit from the movie. They were kind of outside in, like the wires and everything were outside in. He only wanted $1,500. I thought that was a pretty good deal for it.
I think you need to do more research.
It came with a game called Spider Duck and Fat Man. I'm not sure what those games are, but they sound really cool. And I've never seen a Sony 4.5 PlayStation.
Yeah, me either, honestly.
So, $1,500, Santa's coming.
I wonder if that's the going price.
We might be able to, knock him down a little bit.
What's a $1,350?
Yeah. There's a couple of stickers on it, so we could knock him down a little bit maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Christmas is coming. Santa's coming.
Yeah, but that game's super cool,
I mean, that Sony 4.5 PlayStation could be yours.
All right. Yeah, but Spider-Man, it does have Otto Octavius in it.
Sweet.
He goes to work and as Peter.
Oh, I thought you meant Otto Octavius went to work. Like, I'm trying to imagine what he would do for work with his 6 arms. That would be pretty fun.
He is his boss in this game.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I really like the game.
Oh, well, good. And it's not very often that we talk about, normally we're talking about like an Xbox or a PlayStation, and this one's for the console. So,
yeah.
Is it pretty easy to play with the keyboard, or do you have like a game?
So I play. It's controller compatible.
Okay.
So if you're not comfortable with doing it on the keyboard, then you can switch to controller.
How do you do it?
I play with the controller.
Easier to play with the controller for you?
Yeah, I just don't really. If I can avoid using the keyboard, I do, because I'm just used to playing the Xbox. I grew up playing the Xbox, so it's just easier for me to use the controller.
Well, just, give me the word in that Sony PlayStation 4.5. That'll be yours for Christmas.
You're just going to spend $1,500.
I'm going to try. I'm going to see if maybe I'll take a little bit less.
All right.
We'll see. We'll have to meet up at the Kohl's and figure it out.
I bring up the game because there's another one, Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is, I think it's a sequel to that one. And then I think they're also doing a Spider-Man 2. So,
is the Miles Morales out now?
It is out now. Okay. It's been out for a while now. And the thing is, I've wanted to play these games so long that I actually have avoided spoilers altogether for Miles Morales.
So you haven't played Miles Morales yet?
It's not on the
computer yet.
So I can't play it.
So you have to get that PlayStation 4.5, see? I knew you wanted it.
You know, I don't know if it's available on the 4.5. I'll have to do some research on that.
Check it out, and if it is, then we'll get that Sony PlayStation 4.5, $1,500. Pretty good deal.
It sounds good. All right.
So Spider-Man Remastered, and then Spider-Man Miles Morales, and then Spider-Man 2 coming out. When does Spider-Man 2 game come out?
Keep talking. Stall while you
look it up. And this is the game from the PlayStation where he uses a bunch of different outfits, and you can get a bunch of different outfits for like the different movies and all that kind of stuff, right?
You can get the one from Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the one that had Tobey Maguire, and then there's also the Amazing Spider-Man suit. And then they also have Tom Holland, the red and black suit. They have the Inside Out suit, actually. They have that one.
That's cool. So how does it feel to be Spider-Man?
You know, I'd say it feels pretty good. It definitely feels nice to be Spider-Man.
Is it better than being Batman?
See, I don't know. Because they're like two completely different heroes.
Is it better than being one of the Avengers?
I'd say so. I feel like being more independent and not having to worry about, like, pension or...
Is it better than being what was his name? I can't think of his name now. Kylo Ren without the shirt?
It's definitely not better than being Kylo Ren without the shirt.
The Lego character, that would be just awesome.
So Marvel Spider-Man 2 is set to release in sometime in 2023.
Okay.
I'm unaware if there was any setbacks so far, so...
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Well, that's the gaming together section.
Pretty much.
And that's the end of our show.
Yeah.
So we will have a special guest next time with us.
Next time
we'll have a special guest. Joker P is going to be back. We're going to let you know, Pisco Ramon, we're going to let you know what his new superhero name is that we've crowned him. Hopefully people will like it as much as those two names.
Pisco.
Yeah.
We had another one, Oz.
Oz, that's what we were calling him too, yeah. So look forward to that. That's upcoming. Join us next time on Hero Chat Show, where ZaneMan and Johnny Boy will discuss Shazam, Andor's episode 1, 2, and 3, and Batman Arkham City.
Yeah, you got it. You got it right.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. With Joker P, Oz, Pisco Ramon. Check out Hero Chat Show.
Come on, bro.
It's late, man. This is what happens. Check out
like
Hero
10.
Chat Show on Instagram, hero.chat.show, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Don't forget to check out other episodes of Hero Chat Show and tell a friend who likes DC, Marvel, or Star Wars. And you can also check out my other podcasts, Under the Influence with DJ Johnny Bravo. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Attention listener. If you can hear this, then you've tuned in to our top secret radio frequency. But not to be alarmed. Kick back, relax, and enjoy. We're talking about Marvel and DC, but they don't have it all. At Star Wars, that's easy, but you know who to call. I'm talking about Zane